A very good evening to all of you present here. I, Jigisha Goel, the Assistant Placement Coordinator, is going to host this session for today. So today we are very grateful for the presence of our prestigious alumnus, Mr. Vishal Kapoor, sir, and our Honorable Chairman of Placement Department, Mr. Manish Chaturvedi, sir. So, Mr. Vishal Kapoor, sir, is alumni of our college, and he is graduated from our college in the year 1995. He basically belongs from Ajmer, Rajasthan only, and presently he is working in Pearson Education company in our city, USA, and he is the director of software development and project management. So over to you, Manish, sir. I would like you to share some of your thoughts.
Thank you, Jigisha. It's indeed an honor, a pleasure, and my personal, I would say, I am happy that I am here to welcome my old friend Vishal Kapoor. And I can see in the list of attendees, Mr. Gitesh Vijay is also there. So myself and Gitesh both are welcoming here Vishal, who happens to be our batchmate. So when you are saying that Mr. Vishal Kapoor passed out in 1995, we both also, myself and Gitesh, we also passed along with Vishal in the year 1995. And to mention, Vishal is from the first batch of computer science from our college. So he is the person who has laid the foundation stone. Before we begin, I would like to do a quick poll here to know myself, and Vishal should also know about the audience. So a quick poll. Those of you who are from first year B.tech, just write first year B.tech in the chat box. Those of you who are from second year B.tech, write second year B.tech. Those of you who are from third year B.tech, just write third year B.tech in your chat box. And those of you who are from MBA, you should write MBA. So we must know if the crowd is hearing us. I can see Sarthak Jain from MBA, Yamini from MBA, a lot of students from MBA. Then final year B.tech, third year B.tech, third year B.tech, fourth year, third year. Great. So a lot of students, I see very less from second and first year. I don't know, but yeah, a lot of students from third year. Anybody from first year or second year? So we are having mostly from final year and third year B.tech and MBA. So the crowd is still heterogeneous, Vishal. And okay, I must tell everybody what is, if I'm not exaggerating, what is UPSC and RPSC in India. The Pearson Education is in US, because US, all the exams, most of the exams are privatized. So even if they are board exam, some private companies conduct those exams, and Pearson is one of them. तो जो हमारे बोर्ड के एग्जाम होते हैं, वहाँ पे बोर्ड के एग्जाम होते हैं, पर वो पियर्सन और इस तरीके से कई काम करते हैं. But more important, Vishal, we need to know about your journey, about the latest technical advances, and about also our final year students, if they aspire to go in to US, if you can steer your presentation in that mode or in our question and answer session, it will be good. One more thing before I hand over to Jigisha, I would request all the students who are online to join our newly floated Telegram channel by the name of RTU Campus Info. So RTU Campus Info is the one platform for all MBA, B.tech, all year Mtech students. So whatever information we are floating at present is from this Telegram channel. We have chosen Telegram app because there we can have unlimited number of subscribers to members in a group. So that way it is helping us rather than other social media platform. So over to Jigisha.
Yeah, sir. So Vishal, sir, you can now start your presentation, and we are eagerly waiting for your lecture now.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Uh, so, Manish and Geetesh, thanks for inviting me, and also the organizers, Jigisha and Abhishek, for coordinating this event. Uh, I am Vishal Kapoor. I passed out in 95, and the reason we passed out in 95, we took 5 years, all of us. There was a Mandal Commission agitation going on. So instead of 4 years, we passed out. We never failed, but we passed out in 5 years. And I am from the I batch uh, and computer science, as Manish said. We were the first batch in computer science admitted to Engineering College Kota. And we had our own struggles. Our struggle was our college was new, buildings were new. There was no placement cell. I mean, there was a placement cell, but there were no companies coming in to hire us. So it's you guys are lucky that you have professors like Manish and Gitesh and also a placement cell which is coordinating these events. We never had these events, but we utilized our time in a very meaningful way. We did try to improve our college. We established the both. There were 3 branches which were opened: so computer science, production, and instrumentation. So at some point they were saying you guys have to go back to your basic branches, so electrical and others. But we still resisted. We went to the CM, we went to our local MLA, MPs, and we got our branch opened and we passed through the entire thing. So it was a very meaningful journey. Coming out of ECK, we knew we can achieve anything in life. So that's what I tell everyone. Get that confidence that you can do anything in life. And then you will be fine. So that's my take on it. So let me start with my presentation. Can everyone see my presentation? So basically, we are trying to explore new ages career after graduation, as well as post graduation, which is MBA. I am Vishal Kapoor. I'm the director for software development and product management at Pearson Education in Iowa City. So one thing I want to tell you, in Iowa City, you guys have filled up bubble sheets. So bubble sheets, which are used in examinations, were invented in Iowa City. The scanners and the bubble sheet itself. That's the reason it's a hub for assessments and testing. This industry does almost like it's a $2 billion industry in US itself. And then it's spread all over the world. So I'm part of that division in it's called School Assessment Division of Pearson. And I manage multiple products and the software development behind them. So I have multiple teams, 6 products and the teams behind that. So that's my introduction. Today, we are going to cover the following agenda: my personal journey, opportunities for CS, IT students, and it also includes other students, like students who are in other branches. They can still go to IT and work. So it also includes that. I will also highlight some opportunities for MBA students. And then what are the skills required by students who are coming out of colleges like RTU and other engineering colleges in the corporate world. I will cover that. And we'll also try to cover some online study resources for engineering students, which they can use. And then, as Manish said, we will also cover some part of the education industry, how it operates, how it works, how it is different from India and US. So we'll cover some of it. And also I will try to cover how students can apply to universities in US and for masters. They could also apply for bachelors, but you guys are all already there in bachelors. But you can advise your siblings if they are there and they are in that boat of applying to different engineering colleges. So that's what we will cover. One more thing I want to tell people is if you have any questions, put it in chat, and Jigisha will monitor the chat, and we will have a question and answer session at the end. So keep noting down your questions and put them in the chat. We will cover it in the end. Okay. So my personal journey. Can everyone see my slide? Just say.
No, sir.
Okay. Manish, can you see?
Let me unmute it. Yeah, I was on. Yeah, I can see.
Okay,
I can
great.
not see your slides, but your face.
Not my slide. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me try to reshare. Hopefully it works. So I'll stop.
Earlier you were using that PDF, no?
Yeah, it's still open, but it's not sharing. Okay, I'll try to share again. So 1 minute. Okay, I tried again. Now, can you guys see?
No,
Manish?
we are seeing you, not your slides.
Did you ever see my slideshow earlier, Manish?
Okay, yes, sir, so in the starting of the lecture.
Okay. Okay, I tried one more time. Is it coming now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So my personal journey, first of all, I want to say I'm kind of pretty lucky. As Steve Jobs says, in your life, dots connect and you reach your destination. So it's kind of happened with me. As I told you my earlier story, we were at, I was born in Ratlam, MP, which is neighboring Kota, and it's pretty near to Kota. But then when I was young, I was like 4-year-old, my father was posted in a place called Charbuja Road, Udaipur district. It's now, I think, in Rajsamand district. So from there, like we were in a small town which had no running water and electricity. So my parents, when we were 4-year-old, we were put with our grandparents. We went to our grandparent place to study because there were better schools and better opportunities. So we moved to Ajmer. And in Ajmer, I did my schooling at St. Anselm's and then Mayo College Ajmer. I graduated, I passed out in 1989. And we appeared for the pre-engineering test. And I don't know now what happens in the test there. I think it is a kind of a all India test now instead of a Rajasthan PET test. So we joined Engineering College Kota. We took a little risk. We opted for computer science branch. And I was, I think, the last person to get into computer science. Before me was Anil Mathur, who is also our pretty famous alumni. He worked for Microsoft, and he now, I think, is based out of Singapore, working for Microland Technologies. So we took the risk that we knew that this is the first time the branch is opened. There will be less facilities, no professors. We will have to do things on our own. And it kind of worked out. But in 95, when we passed out, we were not able to secure a job. We were only able to get a job as a part-time lecturer in polytechnics, which we didn't want to do. So I was also trying to get admission in US universities. So I took GRE as well as TOEFL. I got admission in Florida State University as well as Arizona State University, but I didn't get any scholarship. And my father was a kind of a plain simple railway guy, didn't have money, so I didn't get the visa. So what I did in between was did some part-time work as well as completed MBA, which is missing here, from Jodhpur University, Jai Narayan Vyas University, Jodhpur. Then from Jodhpur, I moved to Bombay, and then I secured a job at Tata Interactive Systems, which was the first e-learning company. So this was another risk I took. First time a e-learning company, joined them as a software developer there, as well as moved to become a project manager, team lead, project manager, and then account manager. So it was a small upcoming startup under the Tata umbrella of companies. But I learned a lot. Tata Group is one of the most ethical groups in India. I'm proud. I always tell my people, "Maine Tata ka namak khaya hai." I worked there for 7-8 years. We made that company. I was the 13th employee in Tata Interactive Systems. By the time I left Tata Interactive Systems, we were a $20 million company. We were around 1,000 people. And met a lot of personalities. So Ram Dorai, for the TCS CEO, Ratan Tata, and many others, Rusi Modi, many others I met in Tatas, working for Tatas. So it was a great experience. And then Tata also moved me to US as account manager for McGraw-Hill. It's a publishing company. You would have read books for McGraw-Hill. And then in 2003, I came to US, and 2005, I left Tata Interactive Systems and moved to Pearson, again a publishing company, education company. And since then, I've been working with Pearson for last 15 years. I was hired as an IT project manager, moved to a product manager role, and then now I'm a director here, working through different technologies, different products. So that's my journey. It's been pretty good. I've been blessed in all sense. So the other thing I want to, the learning of my journey is your first job should always be a job where you learn a lot. So you should be looking for jobs where you can maximize your learning of new technologies, leadership skills, management skills, project management, so all the skills. So don't go for money. Money will follow you if you keep working hard, keep learning new things. So first 5 years, I think it's Jack Ma who says, like, first few years of your life, once you come out of graduation, you should take a learning job, like learn new things, because there is ample time for you to make money. Don't go for money. That's my advice to you guys. Okay. So moving on to the next slide. Opportunities for all the graduates, including both, including other branches also. So when you come out of B or ME, you can, in IT industry, you can become software developers, you can become quality assurance engineers, automation engineers, business analysts. If you guys like to design something, you can become UI developers and designers, database administrators. So if you like databases, you can go there. Performance engineers, basically performance engineering is when you have your websites up and running or software up and running, how much load it can take. You can do that. You can also get into technical support stuff. So how the software works, you can be part of that team. The new stuff which is coming is site reliability engineers. So it's basically make your site available 24/7 or your software available 24/7. So that's the site reliability engineering. DevOps, this is new concept where you develop your software as well as deploy it. The same team does that. So there are DevOps engineers which help in doing that. Security engineering, this is more related to hacking. So if try to prevent people from hacking your websites, hacking your software, it's a big business, upcoming business. Security engineers get paid a lot in US. So if your curriculum doesn't have that, ask your professors to include that in your curriculum. Data sciences, machine learning, and AI, that is also increasing a lot. That's the future. Like these days, all the cars which are running, like driverless cars, are using AI and machine learning and deep learning. We at Pearson can score essays as well as open-ended items, responses, using AI. Means I have a platform, AccuPlacer, which scores 90% of essays using AI. So it helps reducing the work of professors and teachers, but you're using AI for it. And we've been using that for last 7-8 years. So it's pretty robust. Network engineering, and then application implementation engineers. So once you have developed applications, you can become engineers to implement them for different customers, customize it for them. And then you can also implement like SAP, Oracle, Salesforce, all the pre-packaged software, and also customize them. So that's another area where software developers can be hired. Okay. Any questions? Please type it in the chat. And Jikisha, have you seen any questions coming through? You can ask. Okay, I can't hear Jikisha, so I'm...
Hello.
Yeah, Jikisha.
Sir, there is one question.
Yeah.
Sarthak Jain has asked you that what are the opportunities in MBA, for MBA?
Yeah, so I will be covering that. I think my next slides cover that. So Sarthak, if you can type, are you specializing in certain areas? You can type and let me know. I will try to respond more specifically for that area. But at a high level, like you can do a marketing job, you can do a sales job. If you're specializing in operations and logistics, you can be part of that. In IT specifically, you can be part of the project management team, also product management teams. These days, all the softwares are becoming products. And there are different concepts like software as a service, platform as a service, which are coming along. So product management plays an important role, especially in US. Then you can move into supply chain management. Data science is becoming more popular. So here you are learning about AI, how can you use business intelligence, how can you use machine learning. So that's becoming very important these days and very popular. You can also go into manufacturing and quality assurance. So those are some opportunities for MBA students. The trend which I have seen in US, MBA is reducing. So the generic degree of MBA is reducing. More specialized degrees are coming in. So like, for example, masters in data science is very popular these days. You could specialize in hospital administration. You could specialize in MIS. And so what the industry is asking, less generic MBA, they're asking more specialized MBAs, which are these kind of programs. For example, in University of Iowa, they have the full-time MBA is no longer there. They are only supporting and going forward, they're only doing part-time MBAs. So when people are on job, they are doing that MBA course, or they are now started all these specialized MBA programs where you can do like masters in data science, masters in product management. So it's becoming more and more specialized. Okay. I don't know, Sarthak, if you have any question, let me know. And I want to hear more. Has he responded to which area he's specializing in?
Sir, I think he asked about marketing sector.
Yeah.
Especially for marketing sector.
Yeah. Okay, so in marketing, you can go in advertising. And advertising is also changing. Like social media advertising is becoming very important. So you can be part of those industries. Okay.
So there is another question also, which Milind Yadav has asked. He is saying that what are the things that a student of final year should do in order to get the admission in US for MS? Like things to particularly have in CV, you know.
Okay, I will cover that in the last slide, but let me initially respond to him so that I don't forget. So Milind, first, I mean, you have to start preparing in your third or final year, appear for GRE, as well as if you are doing MBA, then GMAT. And then there is also another TOEFL, that's test for English as a foreign language. You have to do that. So any student who wants to come here need to do these two tests. They also need to build their resume. So be part of some leadership activity. They will also have to write essays why they want to pursue that particular course. And also recommendations are required. So you need to have good relationship with your professors and done some good project work so that you can get good recommendations from them. You have to try to get a scholarship so that your MBA or master's program is paid for. And then one other thing which I think the faculty has to do is establish some relationship with US universities. They can call the advisors at ECK or at RTU and conduct some seminars for them. There has been a lot of emphasis for getting international students in universities in US. So that's a pretty good opportunity for RTU to establish some relationship with foreign with US universities. So I will try to answer more in my last slide. Any other question, Jigesh?
Yes, sir. Sir, another question is basically Ritik Mathur is asking, is there any disadvantage in joining non-technical jobs over technical companies, as you have already mentioned earlier?
Yeah, so there is means education never goes waste. So if you have done technical education, it's an advantage. I haven't told you another story. Like in between, after I passed out from MBA, I was hired by Mayur Shootings, which is established in Banswara, and to do a sales job. And I was selling yarn for 2-3 months. And the reason I took that job because that's the only company came to the Jodhpur University, and they hired a couple of folks, and I was one of them. And I didn't have a place to live in Bombay, so I went and lived in. They provided a place to live, apartment, furnished apartment to live in Bombay, which was a big thing at that point of time. So I took up that job, but I was always, my mind was to get an IT related job. So I was always like, I was walking in companies, and then I got a job from Tata Interactive Systems. And my first job was 2,000 rupees. And today I make probably like $150 an hour. So it's nothing goes waste. Even like, and I still have good relationship with people at Mayur Shootings. There is a person called Sunil Dhawan who hired me, and I am in touch with him, and I'm grateful that he gave me that opportunity. So I would say, even if you take a non-technical job, it's fine. Something will connect. You will either find your way back in your technical side of things, or you might like that area and will do well in that area. So, any other question? Let me move
Sir,
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sir.
We can take up
Sir,
next.
one last question, and then you can start.
Yeah.
Okay. So another question is, Lucky Suman is asking, he had done his btech plus MBA, and his question is how he can involve in research area, basically the HR and operations, in the next year, and where is his starting level?
Could you repeat the I got like he did btech and MBA. Now he wants
MBA,
to get in,
and he wants to get involved in research area, basically the HR and operations in next year. So where should he start from? Something like that.
Yeah, so I am not clear about the question. So does he wants to go in HR or research?
HR and operations, sir.
Operation research. Okay, operation research.
Yes, sir.
So HR, he can apply to, means if he would specialize his MBA in HR, then he can get hired in HR departments. Apply for those jobs. We can connect you with, I mean, I have people, friends who are working in HR. Reliance is one of them. There are a few in other companies. So we can help you with that. And operation research and HR kind of works together, like OI. There is a lot of emphasis in how to improve your company's performance, paying special emphasis on activities which are related to employees, how to motivate them, how to retain them, how to retrain them. So there is a lot of ample opportunity, and you can text, and you can either connect with on LinkedIn with me. I can help you with that. So I'm sure in India also HR has picked up. It's, in old days, there was only one person who was hiring and taking care of HR, but now it's becoming more specialized. So we should be able to help you. Okay. So let me move ahead, then I'll take up more questions later on.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay. So what are some qualities? So earlier ones were skills, basically, like you got to, I will also cover IT skills later on. But now what qualities we are looking for fresher students, especially in US. I'm sure folks in India are also doing the same. I happen to run the college hire program in the Midwest universities. So every year we go to job fairs. My team goes to job fairs and we hire new college graduates as associate software developers in our teams in US. Now, the trend I see here is, I go there and our job is to hire people from all races. But we find a lot of immigrants who are applying for these jobs. So if I hire 10 graduates, I'll end up hiring almost 7 to 8 immigrants. Most of them are from India, some of them are from China, Vietnam, and other areas. And in US, though it is a leading country in IT and in other like technology industries, the Americans don't want to study science. They don't want to go into STEM. And that's government is trying a lot to try to force them to do STEM. They're like good high paying jobs and everything, but they still don't want to. They're kind of afraid of math. They're afraid of analytical skills. So that's a big problem for us. And we try to promote STEM in schools and other places as companies, but still we are struggling. So that's an opportunity for Indian students. Once you make it here and do your masters, you will be pretty sought after. It means we have to compete against Amazon, Microsoft, Salesforce, TCS, Infosys. All the companies are coming and hiring people. So there is a lot of opportunity there. So let me again go back to this slide. What are the qualities we are looking for? So we're first of foremost, we are looking people who can problem solve. They have done some projects in their curriculum and shown interest in solving problems. It could be a problem in education. It could be a problem in manufacturing. It could be a problem related to something else. But problem solving ability is a must. Then leadership and ability to organize. So it's important that you guys take part in clubs. Like I've seen you have robotics club, you have a ATV track, and you organize competition, you do other stuff. So do that. Take some leadership role. Organize. Start a new club. You could start the aerospace engineering kids could start a club in drones or how you use drone in different applications. You could do a rocketeering club. Send the rocket up in the air, see how it happens. I see you have a very big campus. Send it across the Chambal if you can. So do these things. It's very important. People look for it, even if you and it's those are the places you learn more than the curriculum in colleges. I tell my people I learned more on the cricket field than anywhere else. We were the first one to organize what were those inter-buildings cricket competition in ECK, now RTU. And I made a lot of friends there who are still friends. And then the interesting story I have there is when we landed up there as freshers, we were like our final year people organized a tournament across different years. And so somebody had to select a team. So the final year students selected us, like made a team for us. And then next day they said, we'll play a game. And the tournament started. The first game, we defeated them and we won the tournament. So still, like, I have those fond memories with even with my seniors. Like, there is a person called Pankaj Mishra, who's a boss, and I still exchange messages with him on Facebook. So do that. Very important. Ability to learn new technologies fast. So the story here is very simple. Like, when we were growing up and studying in ECK, we were Unix, like, had just come out. We were writing commands on those, and Windows was not there. We in our final year, Windows came out, and now, like, I can see in last 25 years, we've gone from C to C++ to Java to now AWS technologies. So if you can't learn new technologies fast, you are doomed. So learn that. Like, you should have, even if we learned Fortran and Pascal when we were there, and no one uses Fortran, Pascal, and COBOL anymore. Like, COBOL was another course which we did. So you should have the ability to pick up languages, pick up different, even in production and mechanical, new concept coming in, pick it up, learn, try to read on your free time. And the other thing is, it's lifelong learning. Like, a person changes 5 to 6 jobs in his lifetime. So they kind of move from one job to another, and they are sometimes totally different jobs. So need to have that ability and continue that even after you graduate or postgraduate. Communication. So communication, written as well as oral, is very important. There are a lot of kids when we were growing up who came from villages, and they struggled with English. But unfortunate part is, you have to learn English. They picked it up and they were pretty good after they passed out in 4 years. I mean, I have a friend called Shambulal Sharma, who worked for ISRO, and now he's in US, San Diego. He was a best person in algorithms. His mind was like a supercomputer, but his written and oral skills were little weak, but he improved. He is in US right now and he's doing pretty good. And I still remember his village, Begu, from Chittorgarh district, and he was a son of a farmer. So I'm pretty proud of him. Like, I always give his example. So everything is possible. The next quality is team player. No college or university prepares you to be a team player. Like, studies are all individual, but when you come to an industry, you need to be a team player, work in a team. I don't want a hero in my team. I want everyone to work well, work in a way where you can come through tough situations, and it's not the like individual heroism I'm expecting. So I look for people who are good team players and who have worked in teams. So means once you work in team, then you might sometimes have to sit in the bench and still overcome your like tough situations. So be a team player and develop that in your resume. Like, mention that you worked in teams. Integrity and initiative. So yeah, these are two different things. I go for people who will be loyal to my company for a long time. Means I've seen TCS, Infosys, they hire people, and then average job is around 2 to 3 years, because there's less integrity. They don't value integrity, but in US people value integrity a little bit more. Initiative. So again, you should have taken some initiative in your undergrad and grad. We call it undergrad and grad in US. So, but sorry, it's graduation and your master's degree. Done something where you have taken lead. You have tried something new. You have come out of your comfort zone. Those things are important. So even if your college is not offering a project in certain language, do your own project. Try something out. Create a program. Do that. That's important. And the other thing, we are also look for fitment with company values and culture. So for example, Pearson has a values of being imaginative, brave, passionate, and accountable. So we look for those values when we are hiring for Pearson. Similarly, how that person will fit into our team. So anytime you are interviewing with a company, you should go and check out their website, check out what their values are, what kind of culture they have. So if you're interviewing for Reliance, you got to know how Reliance operates. If you're interviewing for Tata, you got to know. Means it's totally different cultures. I mean, if you work for Tata and Reliance, it's totally. In Reliance, you have to do all the G Hajuri, but in Tata, you have to be professional. You have to be ethical, because that's what it stands for. It's been there for almost 150 years. So they have certain values. You need to follow those, and you have to project them while you are interviewing with them. And then the other one is passionate. So anything you like, follow it through. Go deep into it. Only people who are passionate can overcome small hurdles in their life, because they will continue working on it forever. So be passionate about whatever you choose. I mean, if you play cricket, go play cricket. I mean, there are a lot of engineers who have become cricketers. They're playing in the current team also. So do that. So the next slide covers IT skills. So these are IT skills useful for a fresher student. Now, these doesn't have to be a computer science graduate or a MIS graduate. It could be anyone. It could be a mechanical engineer also can learn these things. Production engineer can also learn these things. So I've broken down this slide into 3 areas: UI, backend, and databases. So for UI, different languages like HTML5, JavaScript, CSS3, and then you also learn certain JavaScript and CSS frameworks like Angular, jQuery, React.js, Bootstrap framework, Angular framework. So these are a few things which you need to learn. Certain build tools like Node.js, so some basic knowledge of that. For backend, the languages which are used like Java, Python, C++. So do some projects in these languages so that you become proficient and you can pick it up easily. In terms of framework, we are currently using Play framework. The older framework was Spring. So also the J2EE. Learn about those things. Most of these things are available on the internet. Go search, you will find. ORM framework, Hibernate and JPA. For databases, you should know your SQL. You should be able to write SQL and PLSQL statements. RDMS, which you should be Bitbucket, those kind of tools you should be familiar with. Some of the software engineers, once they write their code, put it on Git, share it with companies for evaluation. How do they write code? Are they writing lean, efficient code, or are they following object-oriented principles, or they just messing it up? So most of the students who graduate in CS and MIS and universities share their repository of Git on Git so that people can look into it before hiring. Okay. I'll cover this and then we will ask some questions. So IT concept, which you should be familiar with, object-oriented programming, design patterns, like MVC, Play, Spring, different kind of patterns, microservices architecture. So any software we build, they have APIs which communicate with each other, so that you can be flexible in your product delivery. Like if somebody just wants reports, you can deliver reports. Somebody wants certain core functionality, they can get it. So microservices architecture is picking up big time. You guys should be aware of it. Agile software development process. Earlier it was waterfall model, like you had to do requirements, design, and deployment. But now testing and deployment, now it's agile. Like you run iterations which are 2 to 3 weeks, do the complete work, deploy, move on to next iteration. So be aware of that. Then mobile application development, mobile responsive design. So be aware of how mobile application development, Android, Chrome, iPhone. So all those you should be able to do that. iOS app development. You should be aware of all the programming languages and proficient in some of the languages, especially Java and Python. Those are the two mainly used languages right now. And then the upcoming one is AI, machine learning, deep learning, virtual reality, and data science. So these are things which you should acquire while you are in your graduate as well as postgraduate courses. Even if this course is not offered in your graduate course in bachelor's degree, do it. Learn it from somebody who's doing masters. Learn it from the professors. Do a project. Okay, so let's ask some questions here. Or let me cover this first. So here I have listed some of the resources. Pluralsight.com is pretty, people use a lot. Orally books for software engineering, like design patterns, SRE, software reliability. All these books are pretty popular. A lot of software engineers use that. Then there is a video, this Edrica videos, people use that. AWS partner network, there is training available. So all big companies like Microsoft, AWS, SAP offer their training on mostly free online. So go and do it. Enroll yourself. If your college is not doesn't have a partnership with these companies, do it. Put it in place. Like talk to the local representatives in India. They will be more than willing to sign you guys up because they want to promote usage of their software so that when you go back in the industry, you will use that software and they will make money. So then there are a lot of these massive online communities, Coursera, edX, Udemy, there are many others. Many universities of US are offering free courses there. Only they charge you money when you have to certify. So do the free course and do it pretty intensively. Most of the problem is you enroll, but then you drop off. So don't drop off. Go through the tough times and get it through. Then for MBA student, Harvard Business Review, TED Talks, give a lot. And then for both the students, do projects. People are looking for real experience. Tie up with local industry, tie up with people in different companies, and pick up some projects. Do it free for them. They will be happy to get it done, and you will get experience. So do that. So that's my advice to the students. Okay, let's cover some questions, and then we will go to the education in US. I've covered most of it, but I will just go through this one more time. Yeah.
Okay, sir. So, sir, the next question is freelancing for companies is the better future over the regular jobs?
Okay. So my take on it is you need to have experience in the beginning before you freelance. So initially, if you can work for companies, gather your experience, then you can freelance. Freelancing is becoming huge. I mean, there are like so many Upwork, and there are so many websites where you can enroll and do freelancing. But before that, you need to show some sample of work and get some experience. So do that work first, hard work first, and then you can freelance. The other thing with freelancing is freelancing economy, even in like companies like Uber, where you can drive a car and freelance, it has a huge impact when we go with situations like COVID. Like many freelancers are struggling right now because COVID has impacted industries and nobody is willing to freelance. Nobody is willing to give work now. So it depends how much risk you want to take. But my advice will be do some work first, get some experience, and then people will be more willing to work with you and freelance with you.
Okay, sir. So next question is, how important is the industry domain knowledge for any graduate?
Yeah. So the industry domain knowledge is not very important in the beginning, because if you get into a company, like for example, I went into education company since day one. I was exposed to that. I was trained in that. So I gained it when I was on job. But once you are in a job for 10, 15 years, then it is important because you need to know your domain, and then you need to, people will hire you in that domain only. So you become more specialized from domain point of view. Okay. Any other question?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. There are a lot of questions actually.
Yeah. So we can, I don't know, Manish, we can continue for some more time, and then if there are questions.
Yes, Vishal, we can continue. No issues in that. It depends on the students, their energy level and enthusiasm.
Yeah, so I can answer as many as possible. It's Saturday for me, so it's free time for me, and it's a privilege to answer their questions. So.
Okay, sure, sir. Then the next question is: are there any opportunities to join startup after graduation in USA?
So if you graduate in US, there are many kids who are joining startups. It's easier to get in, and second, they are willing to take risk on you. So a lot of kids I have seen are going to startups in US. I am sure that might be the same in India. The startup is a pretty good experience because you learn a lot in different areas. But if you join a company, then you are sometimes assigned to one department and then you stick with that department. So you don't learn a lot. So means my take is join a startup, work there, gain experience, and then you can either continue with them if they're going to make money, or like, because sometimes startups give you stock options, some stake in that company, or you can then join something else. But startup experience in my case worked pretty well because Tata Interactive was just starting and we did a lot of work. My favorite experience is the day I joined. I was interviewed by CEO Sanjay Sharma, who's husband of Shikha Sharma. She used to lead ICICI and I think Axis Bank. She was the CEO. And the day one when he hired me, he said, "Your customer is Gartner Learning in US. Here is the phone. Your customer name is XYZ. Call her." And I didn't even know how to dial to US that point of time. So I learned a lot very fast, and I mean I'm always thankful for that opportunity to Sanjay. He is still in Bombay, and he was great grandson of Madan Mohan Malviya, who established BHU, Banaras Hindu Vishwavidyalaya. He was a freedom fighter, very famous freedom fighter. So and we still have conversations around cricket. Like he was. Few days back, he was like asking me about what will be the all-time India cricket team, and he doesn't like Ganguly, so we had some discussion around it with him. Anyways, and next question.
Okay, sir. So the next question is, Lokesh Rajawat is asking, I am third year computer science student. What should I do after BTech? Should I join IT company or should I go for masters, or join the company and then do the masters along with my job?
Yeah. So my recommendation is you need to be flexible. I would recommend that you get a job and try to gain experience and then do masters. Now, that way you know like what you want to do in your life. Otherwise, sometimes you keep studying and you don't know what you want to do in your life. So that's my recommendation. And of course, Manish and Gitesh will probably oppose this. But it's sometimes experience is good. The interesting concept in US is like my daughter is an aerospace engineering student at Iowa State. She is going for a co-op, which is like she'll work for Collins Aerospace for 6 months. So this is like when she is in her third year. So between third year and final year, she'll take a break of 6 months and do that for a semester. So universities allow that here, and it's a good experience. She gets to work with the industry experts, and if she doesn't like it, then she'll probably switch to something else. And I'm fine with it, and she's also fine with it. But she gets the opportunity to learn about aerospace engineering in her third year. So I'm letting her do that. But means I'm not letting her do that. She wants to do that. So try doing a job, try doing an internship, co-op, whatever possible, and try different things. And then you might find it's always better to be in a job where you are passionate than to be a job where you are miserable. So experiment. That's the reason I tell you guys, join a company where you can learn, you can get exposed to many things, and then you can figure out what you want to do in life. Okay.
Okay, sir. So the next question is from Jitesh Vijay sir only. He is asking you that according to you, which quality of yours helped you in your profession and that which you considered your weakness in college days, and vice versa too?
Okay. That was a tough question. It's a question from a professor, looks like.
Yeah, sir.
So, my college, I was hardworking, but that doesn't work in the industry. You need to work smart. Uh, if I have to hire someone, and one guy is a hardworking guy, another is a smart guy, I will hire the smart guy. And means there is a famous Bill Gates quote on that. And the reason is you need to work smartly. You can't be perfect in everything. Sometimes you have to roll out software which has issues in order to learn. So don't make perfection your enemy. Sometimes you have to go with it and work smart. That's what I look for in people who can work smart, get the work done. And then these things also change over time. Like when you are in a role where you're an individual contributor, then working hard works. But then when you move on to a slightly senior role of a team lead or a project manager, then you have to get work done. So that it changes. The ability to change is important, and adapt is important. So as you go up, you should be able to change fast, and so whatever I am doing as a director, and if I become a vice president, if I keep doing what I am doing as a director, I will not be successful. So I know I have to move on with my director role. When I become a VP, do something differently, more strategic, not less tactical, try to delegate. But then I'm talking about a manager role here. So for graduates, it's work smart, learn, adapt. Those are a few important things. And of course, when you need to work hard, you need to work hard. So that's adaptability. I hope it answers
Okay, sir.
Gitesh's question.
Okay, so moving on. The next question is...
Since Gitesh
Yes,
asked me
sir.
these questions, I want to be thankful to Gitesh, especially his father. He was the one who gave me an internship in Instrumentation Limited. He was, I think, the head of training there when we were growing up. So I want to thank him for that. And if your father is there, say thanks to him that somebody remembered you. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. Sir, so the next question is, what have been your achievements which you are most proud of?
Okay. Yeah, so there are a couple of achievements which I am very proud of. One is when I was working with Tata Interactive Systems, there is this company called Mattel in US which manufactures toys, and I'm sure kids in India would play with these toys. So they were working on a project called Cosmo Girl. So it was a CD where like girls could play with it. They could like change their dresses, makeup, all that stuff. So we developed it in India. And then once in 99 or 2000, I was visiting US and I went to a Walmart and I saw that CD selling there and my name was written there. So that was one of my proud moments. I still have a picture of that. Like I bought that CD. I didn't have money, but I still spent $20 buying that CD. So I still have that CD with me and also a picture with that CD in that Walmart. So that's one. And then the second one I'm proud of is I have 10 patents in US. So if you search my name, you would be able to get to details of those patents. It's been issued by the US Patent Department. And I'm pretty proud of that. Even my grandkids can now search my name and still it will be available on the internet with those 10 patents forever. So that's the second.
Okay, sir. This is very great of you, sir. So the next question is a little personal, but so should I ask you? The next question is, what is the thing you miss most about ECK or RTU?
Oh, I miss the view of the Chambal. We used to go sit in that area behind the college. And then what do I miss? I don't miss the food because there was always the mess used to mess it up. Friendships, a lot of friends. So I miss friends. Last month, Manish organized a WhatsApp talk with all the friends. So that was nice of him. And spoke to many of them. So yeah, friendships are something which I miss.
Sure, because Vishal, I will surely organize another one for you. And
no, that was nice
Gitesh,
of you.
so nice. Gitesh, so nice of you that you are asking question and involved with us, and you are with us right from the beginning. Thanks a lot. और आज का vote of thanks भी गितेश की तरफ से रहेगा, तो गितेश जाना नहीं.
गितेश is here only after a lot big, मतलब मुझे बहुत काफी time बाद I got to see him, Vishal, and it was really pleasure listening to him and to have interaction with him. And it was Vishal, you have done a good job for this alumni interaction program, because you see the alumni they inspire in a different way. When a student who is studying here, when he sees somebody who is from this college to this position, he has a reason to believe, and the alumni can provide that reason actually. Okay. No. So you have done a great job. We are so thankful to you.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. So one thing I want to echo what Jitesh is saying is, when you are passing out, have that confidence that you can do anything in this world. You can build products. You can work for companies which you aspire for. You can establish your own companies. So the best thing I got from ECK was confidence that I can do anything. And for that, I am thankful to professors like Mr. Dr. S.C. Gupta, S.C. Jain, and also Dr. Shiv Kumar. I don't know whether he's still there in ECK or not. So those are some professors which I still remember sometimes. Any other question, Jigyasa?
Yes, sir. It is related to career only. The next question is asked from Karan Sharma. Is banking sector a good choice for MBA students who is doing specialization in finance, or should try for MNCs?
Yeah, so I'm not from banking sector. I'm only a third party looking from outside. So Karan, in India, they started privatizing banks. There have been a lot of issues with that. Now they are consolidating and again nationalizing them. Even Punjab National Bank is in trouble right now because of that Nirav Modi guy. And then the other one was, which one was that? Yes Bank. I don't remember which one. So they are in trouble. Banking sector, when we were coming out of school, coming out of colleges, it was growing very fast. We had Citibank, we had HSBC, we had Standard Chartered, and all of them were hiring a lot. In fact, I interviewed with Standard Chartered at that point of time. Didn't join it. But I would recommend do something with finance, be a part of a finance group. it kind of companies value their finance, try to become like, if you aspiring to be on a higher position, do CPA, CFA, those kind of courses or certificates, and try to make a career out of it. And bank also, it's pretty, you have to sell a lot. Like, whenever I go to India, people are trying to sell me different insurances, different mutual funds. If you like doing that, do that. But I have a friend, Mohit Batra, who started a company called Finance Mojo or something like Money Mojo. And he worked for a lot of, I think, Junjunwala, the guy who is making ton of money on stock market, try to do that. And there are, in finance also, there are a lot of opportunities. Like, you can be a asset management guy, you can be like hedge fund guy, you can be anything. And those are high paying jobs, as well as, but they are a bit risky. You can make a lot of money quickly, or you can lose a lot. So it's up to you how much risk you want to take. Okay, next.
Okay, so that's all for the questions. That's it.
Okay, so I will quickly complete this. People who are interested in education in US, it's becoming, the education in US is a multi-billion-dollar company industry. Last I looked, it will become $2 trillion industry in 2026. It's right now at 1.3 trillion. So there's a lot of money in US in education industry itself. And education never dies. Whether there is a recession, whether there is a boom, it will always stay there. People will get educated. And in India, I think that's even more brighter, because our society promotes education. Like 1/3 of our family income goes in the education of kids. So there will be always money. The only difference is in India, they are all doing this: get admission into IIT, get admission into NET, whatever. Like, so it's more admission focused, more test focused. But in US, it's much more broader. Like, it's more specialized, more people pursue education because they are passionate about it. If they don't like something, they drop it, they move on to something else. So it's more specialized, and then you get more competency out of it. Like, research happens, industries develop and become big. So that's the reason all the industries, most of the industries of the world are developing in US. And for India to do that, they will have to spend money in research, development, and then people need to become more focused on what they want to pursue instead of making money. So that will take time. That's the difference. Now, people who want to apply to US, MS and MBA, good opportunity. People who have younger siblings, I would recommend they can apply for their bachelor's in US itself, 4-year degree programs. My niece came to US. She did computer science from Illinois Institute of Technology in Chicago. She was trying to get into IIT in India. She was in Kota for 2 years, working hard, but ultimately she got into IIT, but in US. And it's probably equivalent, because the standard of, I don't want to kind of criticize, but the standard of education here is pretty high. It's more application based. It's more industry specific. So industries are part of they kind of talk to universities quite a lot and get their curriculum established. So even if you do an undergrad degree, here we call it an undergrad degree, a bachelor's degree. From US, you will be good served. And if you can't get here during undergrad, come for masters. And universities are pushing to get into international students. Now, in the starting, it is tough. You have to get visa, you have to apply for these tests, do those tests. And you might not even get scholarship in master's program. But once you come here, you can work for 20 hours a week. A lot of kids do that. And they make money, enough money to survive, enough money to pay for their education. And by the end of the 2 years, they are almost free. Zero money spent by their parents, zero money spent by them. And then they are allowed to work here for a couple of years. And sometimes they are able to get good employers like Pearson, Amazon, Microsoft. They process their visas. They even process their green cards and citizenship. So they make it. And then the other thing which kids can do is employ some career consultants. So one thing I observed, like I've been going for this hiring and I'm finding people from Indore a lot. Devi Ahilyabai, and there are a few more engineering colleges there. So a lot of people coming from there. So I asked them one day, how come everyone is from Indore? सब लोग इंदौर से कहाँ जाते हैं यहाँ पर? तो बोलते, they said there is a career consultant in Indore whose favorite university is University of Iowa or Iowa State. So we all get admission here, we come here. So that consultant has pretty high rate of success. The other thing people should do is contact their alumni. There are, like, for example, I've listed, I don't know, Gitesh or Manish, you remember Kinshuk Gupta?
Yeah, you mentioned Kinshuk Gupta in your first slide, I think.
Yeah, so he is the dean of University of Northern Texas. So being a dean of a computer science department in University of Northern Texas is a big thing. So find out, there are a lot of alumni people who are here who will be willing to help you. So
yes,
connect with them, and we can help you with many things. We can help you with coming here. We can help you with sometimes some scholarships, and also jobs, internships and jobs. So connect with your alumni and try to get some help. According to me, one of the qualities people should have is ask for help. If you're struggling, ask for help. Most of the human being wants to help others. So be open to that. Asking for help is also a kind of a skill. You should learn how to do that. Okay. Anything else? That's it from my end. Any other question?
I think
No,
the question
sir,
now, yeah. Jigisha, you can now invite Gitesh sir to pass a vote of thanks to Mr. Vishal Kapoor.
Okay, sir.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
sir,
I'm already here. So, such a great talk from Mr. Vishal Kapoor, our batchmate. And Vishal, it was the recipes, the generic tips that you gave, irrespective of the field that students are here from, they are from B.tech or from MBA. I think they are going to work for most of them. And this is a interaction that may actually become a stepping stone for many of the students. They might have a idea that, yes, what lies ahead and what are the opportunities in US and in education industry also. And we are really thankful to you. You have, in fact, you have given your weekend, Saturday, which is after a tough week, you might be having this, and you have given it for the alma mater. We are really thankful to you, Vishal, and we would like to have more such sessions from your side. And probably we can have another in say if time permits. And Manish and we will be planning for that. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you. And it was my pleasure to be part of this discussion. And I'm hoping I will visit ECK/RTU at some point of time. I have not been there after I left in 95. And I've seen some photographs. It's pretty green now. We were part of one of the teams who started planting those trees. The NSS, I remember that. NSS, National Service something. I don't know, it still goes on or not. I don't know about that. But thanks everyone, and thanks for staying with me. And anyone who needs help, please feel free, connect with me on LinkedIn, and the placement cell has my email address as well as phone numbers. So you can send me a note and I'll try to respond. And it was a pleasure. Thanks, Gitesh and Manish.
Thank you, Vishal. Thanks a lot, and you are most welcome to ECK/RTU whenever you can't happen to come here.
Yeah, that trip is pending, and as soon as all these COVID thing goes away, then I'll be in India for some time. And then my parents still live in Ajmer, so I have to visit them, and then I'll make a trip to Kota.
Yeah, sure. Always welcome, Vishal.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, that you found time.